film is Beat Street, a drama set in the South Bronx, one of the birthplaces of breakdancing, graffiti art, and record mixing. This film is as much a tour of those elements of what is called the hip-hop culture as it is a specific story about a couple of brothers trying to live out their dreams. One wants to be a dancer, the other a record spinner, and they both enjoy hanging out with their breakdancing friends and battling each other in dance-off. That's one of the few scenes where you see some breakdancing in a long shot. Too often this film is a little too tight on the breakdancers. I wish there were more scenes like that one. The film, though, is more than wall-to-wall breakdancing. There's also the story of a Latino graffiti artist who is bugged by his father.
Tell your mother Pedro wants me to work late tonight, huh? Carmen needs to stay with us. We have no bed for her, you know that. Well, she can stay with me. You are not married to her. If I married her, she could stay with me?
She could stay in the place that you made for her if you was a man.
I am a man. A man takes care of his own. A man has a job. He's not a criminal who goes around scrolling on the subways. How come a man's what you say? I'm a graffiti writer. I'm an artist. I don't just throw up little tags all over the place. I make them trains beautiful. How come you won't even come see what I do?
Familiar story in any culture, fathers and sons having problems. Beat Street is sort of a South Bronx version of Saturday Night Fever, featuring the same struggling kids, same kind of difficult love story. I don't think it's quite as good as Saturday Night Fever because I didn't feel that the kids I was seeing were in as much real jeopardy as John Travolta and his friends, but at the same time, I did see the same drive to succeed, to be something more than others would have you be. You can see it in that boy there. In that way, Beat Street is more than just entertaining. It's very human and quite memorable, I think.
I had some problems with it, and in retrospect, I owe an apology to Breakin', the movie we reviewed a few weeks ago, because I think Breakin' had that breakthrough energy, the feeling of those dancers really expressing their joy that you got from Saturday Night Fever.
Good.
But not
and let the record show that I liked it.
Okay, but not as much from this film. This film seems to me to be sort of an updated version of the Gene Krupa story. You know, kid from the streets, makes it to the top, plays in Carnegie Hall. The goal here seems to be for these kids to turn into Broadway dancers and to put on shows on Christmas Eve at the Roxy nightclub. I don't think, if I were a street kid in the Bronx, that the Roxy would actually be the point that I would be aiming at. And I like the fact that in Breakin', the street kids on the street validate their own music right then and there with their joy and their humanity. Here, it seems like it's supposed to be a ladder to the Tonight Show or something.
Well, I think that kids would have that as a reasonable goal. It'd be like playing a professional sport. You want to play in the best stadium that you can play it in. So I think that makes sense. I also think it was quite sweet, a love story between one of the brothers and a girl there who's from a little more upscale environment. And I remember them walking through Central Park, and I felt the same thing as I felt with Travolta and his girlfriend in Saturday Night Fever. Kids, again, trying to cross the bridge from Brooklyn to Manhattan, and these kids trying to make it from the Bronx to Manhattan. I think it's a really, it's a common story, and I think it was beautifully told. So I do like the film. I wished more break dancing had been shot better in this
If
film.
there had been more breakdancing shot better, I would have given it a thumbs up. Next